I am back. I recently did a 30-day challenge and I want to share in this video how I fared. You see, when I first started thinking about doing this 30-day challenge, it was because I saw some activity on my analytics that made me think I probably need to rethink my strategies on my YouTube channel. For the month of March, I just was kind of coming and going, and then that's when I saw some things happen. So when I did this 30-day challenge, I thought, you know what, let's see if this will turn things around for me. I did reach one goal, which was getting my channel to 1,000 subs. So thank you for if you are part of that group. I want to give you a big thanks. And of course, I want to thank everyone else who decided to continue to stay with me. As my channel has been growing for the past 5 months, I've been losing subs, which I kind of expected because my channel before was not it grew a lot, but it didn't have like the community I thought I was, well, the community that I have now. So the community that I'm evolving to is seems to be more personable, where the community before was not anonymous. So I didn't really connect with the community before. It was, like I said, very anonymous. But in this video, if you stay with me, I'm going to share a lot of the things that I've learned now that I've been on this journey for actually 5 months, getting ready to close out the month of April.
Back in the middle of March, let's get to March. When I was in March, the numbers, of course, didn't look like that. It looks like that now because I completed the month of March. But mind you, I started this challenge and I was not happy about this spike dropping. And to me, it flatlined. And then, it went up a little bit because I did a few videos early on in early on in March. And then it dropped again. This was on March 9th, Sunday, March 9th. And then I had this little flat line. And then it went up Wednesday, March 12th. Yeah, it went up March 12th. And how to discover your purpose. And then I did a little astrology short. And then it flatlined. It dropped again. So then it kind of flatlined. And this is when I saw this small YouTuber, Joanna. I just started binging on her videos at 2 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday night. Well, it was actually Sunday morning. And I got inspired. So I started this 30-day challenge on Monday, March 17th. So I did a short. I got knocked off my feet. I was so gun ho that morning, getting ready to get my day going. And Mondays usually, I get work done here, and then I go into town later on in the afternoon. And at some point, I'm going to either go live or I'm going to do a short. But that day, I ended up doing a short about I guess I lost the momentum, but I didn't hold back. I went ahead and I made a cringe video and I shared just a little bit about how I was having a breakdown that day because of some news I had from a very close family member. So I had some views, and then Tuesday, March 18th, I went live. So I went live on Tuesday. I think we went live for about 20 minutes, Noah and I going into town. It ended up getting cut off, but then the following day, Wednesday, March 19th. So you see, I'm staying consistent. It was the 17th. I did that short, the 18th. So in all honesty, I really started this 30-day challenge on the 17th. I just didn't announce it. So, and again, this is the inspiration from Joanna because of what I saw early on in March. And so that inspiration that I got and doing this 30-day challenge, it pushed me up, it came back down, and then, it didn't drop like here, which is what I was trying to prevent that flat line from happening. So it just started lifting and it stayed within the 250, 200 views. It did drop, take another dip here. I believe I did not post on, you'll see my calendar. I did not post. Yeah, I missed a post on the 26th, but I made up for it and had it posted the 27th. And then the 28th, I posted two videos because I missed this day. So I did what I could to catch up. So I made 3 long form videos, and then I made a short over the weekend on the 29th. I believe it was Saturday. I made a short. I went live, and no, I didn't go live Saturday. But I did do this short, and I did 2 long form videos between Friday and Saturday. Then on Sunday, I made another live, or I did a short on Sunday. So it brought it up. It kept it from dipping all the way down. And then this right here, this was oh, I went live on Monday. Okay. So this is the month of March. I managed to get my numbers to look a little bit better. To me, it looks a little bit better if we go and look at February. February, you know, I felt like it took a beating. Of course, there was less days in February because it ended on the 28th, right? We had leap year this past February. But notice in February, it said 48%. I had 4,000 views, and it said 48% less than January, right? Then my watch time was 104 hours, so 33% less than January's. And then sub count also took a dip, and it dropped. It said it was 39% less than January. Now, for whatever reason, it's not letting me show you January here, so I'm going to have to do a custom. I'm going to type in January 1st. So there's my January 1st, and I'm going to do till end of January 31st. I just wanted y'all to see what happened. My whole thinking when I was looking at my numbers, when I was looking at my analytics in March, was I was looking at how January looked way much better than February, and now March really was scaring me because when I was in the month of March, I saw this dip right here, this big dip go from Saturday, March 1st, all the way down. And then it kind of came back up, and then it went back down, and then it almost flatlined. So this is about the time that well, actually it was right here. So when I saw this big dip down here, that's when I said, you know what, I got to do this 30-day challenge. So you can see that it was helping. When I started that 30-day challenge, I did it for the last 2 weeks of March, and now I want to go ahead and go into well, before I go into April, let me just show you what happened. So because I got scared in March and I said, let's do a 30-day challenge, I can't get comfortable. I found that I had increased my views in March to, well, it says it increased by 29% from January 29th to February 28th. So I had a huge increase there, well, 29%. And then my watch time jumped 57% more than January 29th through February 28th. Yeah, so I was looking at it's looking at each 30-day deal. So 171 hours for March, and it increased by 57%. Then in sub count, it increased by 59 subs, which was 51% more than the end of January through February 28th. So it's giving me a 30-day count, right? So let's look at April. So in March, let's do a recap here. All right, let's look at my stats. I created this spreadsheet. It's just so much easier to look at it from this view. So just to wrap it up, sum it up, when I started this challenge in the early part of March, it was like March 15th is when I got inspired by Joanna. And then, I started the challenge March 17th. I did not have these numbers, but I was afraid that it was going to drop. So I was looking back at February, and then I looked at January, and I said, oh my God, February, I dropped from January down to February, and I don't want March to look anything like February. So let me see what I can do let me see what happened in January. So I saw that in January, I was posting a lot more frequently than I was in February. And then come March, I was kind of, I was still doing like 3 videos a week, but I was more laxed, I think. And so and I also wasn't working strategically. That's the big one. That's the big takeaway in doing this 30-day challenge. I was not yes, I was working strategically because there were so many things about the learning curve. I really believe anytime you're going to start a job or a new challenge or a new project, there's always a 90-day learning curve. It takes you 3 months to really get into, understanding what you're doing, and then once you understand what you're doing after the third month, now you can kind of take in some more information and start strategizing in that. And so February was my month 4, right? Sort of towards the end of February. Early March was my month 4. So early March is when I said, you know what, I'm going to have to, I can't get comfortable. I hadn't hit my 1,000 subs. I really needed to do it. Got that inspiration by Joanna. I saw that she was talking about stealing titles, and then when I started really thinking about that, I didn't want to steal people's titles. I thought that was tacky, and it wasn't authentic. But then when I started really thinking about it, it's like the algorithm needs information, especially when we're new, so new, and it doesn't know what to do with our information. If we don't have enough keywords, if we don't have enough tags, we don't have all that, the algorithm doesn't know who to feed our videos to, right? I I'm not closed out yet. I mean, there's like what, 5 days left in the month, 5 or 6 days, give or take. Um, and no, 4 days, 4 days left in the month. So I had stopped creating videos about 10 days ago. And I want to say that I did, if I really go with the day that I did not make the announcement, I had that setback because of my family, the drama that I had with my family, but I had full intentions of making the announcement that I'm going to start doing this 30-day challenge. It was just, I was just thrown off, but I really did start that day. Okay. So, April, I'm at 13,765 views, you guys. This, I believe, really attributes to using other people's titles, the titles that are trending on YouTube. And so, for example, why I quit my teaching job, um, the 30-day, I think there, let's go look at that. I just wanted y'all to see it because it's just better to see it here. January, look at that. I mean, January, there was a huge push, and everybody says in the YouTube world that January usually between December and January, that's usually when you get the big help from YouTube. Okay. But I do know that I was on that momentum of going up from November through December. And then once I got to January, I moved up, but then I took that hit when I got sick and my son started college and I'm having to commute. My family business, the Yorkie, we had 4 Yorkie litters. This everything just hit me all at once, and so I was really managing that during. That's what happened in February was I was back to work again. And then March too, March, the babies were born at the end of January, early February, and now I'm dealing with the puppy cells, and so dealing with the clients and traveling and managing school. I was managing YouTube, and then just some family drama that happened, and there was just a lot of those things. And okay, what I want to show you next is the videos and the strategies that I use that I really feel boosted that time. So, like I was saying, for example, for the month of April, I have 13,000 views here. So 13,800, well, 13,765 views. Um, I'm at my sub count, I believe, is less because it's now at 34, it's at 93 hours. I don't know how many hours I can get for closing out the month of April, but I imagine it'd probably be what, 110. I don't know. Subs, it has decreased. Uh, but let's go ahead and look at my content so you can see how. Let's go down to March. Here we are, March to March 12th. So find your voice. This was me being authentic and me talking, how to find your voice. This right here, March 19th. So on March 19th, I posted this video. And let's see, March 19th. That was actually a Wednesday. But I actually had created this video. If you look at it, I'm wearing a pink shirt. I wear pink, you guys, on Fridays. Okay. So this is a video that I actually had created in February, but I decided it was too cringy and I needed to edit it. I was still frustrated with how I was doing my video editing and was not very confident. So I did not post this video. But after watching Joanna and her talk about, and I'd seen several YouTubers talk about stealing titles and, really, really just taking advantage of other titles, and those videos could go viral. But they have to be your content, right? So use the title, but tell your story. So that's what I did. After watching you, I just found the courage. I said, you know what? My numbers are dropping. I don't have my sub count. I need my sub count to pick up. And I have a story. I have a story that people need to hear. And so I took that video that I created back in February, to, a month prior, and I went ahead and just used that title that everybody was using, and I shared my story and I just edited out. So I jumped, my average video count is like, I don't know, 50. It's never more than 100, 100 and whatever. It never, but that video, look, it got me 456 views. And I know that I probably got some subs out of it. I don't know if you can see that from here. Let's see, analytics. Yeah, so look, I got 5 subscribers from that video. I still have people watching it, and it's still going. They're watching it more than the average. I think that's what you call it, the CT click through. No, that's not the click through. Is it the click through? Well, they're watching it. They're watching it a lot longer than. Here's the impressions. Oh, I don't know how to do this to go down. I don't know how come I can't go down. Impressions. So I've got 4,955 impressions on it. It's at 6.5%. Okay, and let's just go back to this. 67% of viewers are still watching at around the 30-second mark, which is above typical. And what else is on there? Average. Okay, so the average view duration is 4 minutes. It's a 12-minute video, and most people are watching at 4 minutes. So I know I need to clean up the way I record, and that's one of the things that I started working on during my 30-day challenge. I don't know if I'm doing it in this video, but it is something I'm focused. I got a grip on. Like I said, I'm trying to get better at strategies. Okay, so I wanted to show y'all that one. So that's a title that I took from other YouTubers. And then another title that I took is YouTube is easy, anybody can make money. I took that one, and that one has 142 views. That one didn't do so great. This one, don't quit your job, life is not a joke. So that one got 286 views. Opening up about my side hustle, my main side hustle, that one I felt like was gonna pique people's curiosity about me, because I've been very private about it. So that's not a title that anybody had. It was just me being authentic and sharing. This one, 4 months of YouTube and lessons. This was inspired by Joanna, because she did something like that. And let's see. My astrology video only got 51 views, which I'm expecting that my astrology content is not going to blow up, but it's okay. I'm totally fine, and that's the new direction that I am going to take this channel. I'm just trying to get my feet wet right now with this YouTube niche, content creation niche. So let's see what else. I think those are the only 3 titles that I had that were what everybody, stealing titles. And then the rest of the videos are all just me being authentic and just sharing what was on my heart. Uh, I do see that when I post shorts of either my puppies or me, that they seem to blow up in views. So, for example, this video right here was I went to a dog show with my Frenchie in the fall, and I was actually shocked. It got me to 2,100 views. So that was a popular one. And then this one, my mama Yorkie and her son, that one got 1,700 views. The tequila view short, I was surprised. I got 486 views. The full moon, I don't know why, but it got me 529 views. My drama with the family information I got me 600. People were really being nosy about that one, and got 621 views. I don't know. I don't know when the release of the algorithm allowing the shorts to be counted each view. So I don't know if it started after that. Um, Pretty much. I mean, I think that's what I can say about the shorts, about my short videos. Okay, here's this one. I'm shocked that my daughter's video that I posted on April 14th, of her doing my hair, it's gotten 1,900 views. So that one is actually a lot better. All right, so that's the shorts. Now my lives, I got a bunch of lives here. Let's see. I did how many lives in March? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did 6 lives in March, and they do all right. They do all right. I think I had better. I don't know. I haven't been really focused on my lives too good. Um, then the other thing is posts. So I don't get a lot of likes on those, but it's probably when I'm sharing other people's videos that nobody cares. But if it's a picture of me, yeah, you see, there was a picture of me and I got 6 likes. So, but if I talk about other things, nobody cares. Yeah, so those are posts. So I'm trying to be more active on the posts. And videos, like I said, the long form videos, I'm trying to be more strategic about those. Shorts, it kind of feels like when I make an Instagram reel, I can go and use that reel and bring it over here. So it's okay. I can handle doing the shorts. I feel like I have better success when they're shorter and they're, under 30 seconds. I don't really like the long ones. But the 30-second and shorter shorts, I have great success, which I'll continue doing those. And pretty much that's it about the videos. Let me see if there was something else I wanted to cover. Okay, to conclude, how the 30 days helped me pick up my channel. For the past 5 months, I did a 90-day push. Then took that fourth month to kind of like look around and see how things were going. And then the last 30 days, which was middle March to now, I will say that I do see that when I post, the spikes stay up. If I'm not posting, the spikes go way down. So check it out. If you'll see here, this is the last 365 days. You see, I was not posting anything this whole time. And then what is this date right here? Yeah, middle of November. So middle of November, when I started back up, right? I did 5 months of all that. And then I got really busy in January, and then took a hit. That was that big spike right there that I really, this spike right here is what I was really like missing. And then this is March, come middle of March, I was like, let's see what we can do to get the spike back up. So I got on a momentum, and then look at how it just started coming back up in April. So overall, in this past year, I have received 241 subscribers. I'm almost at 800 watch time in hours. So it says 799, and I'm at 44,000 views. So you tell me, do you think it's worth doing the 30 days? Right here, not that it's worth doing the 30 days. I think it's worth it to do it because you get more, you're in the flow of things. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see where we'll go with this. It is a lot of work. Does take commitment. And right now, I'm going to have to see about how I want to continue with that. I do want my ultimate goal. Let me just share the. All right. So, just to conclude, was the 30-day challenge worth it? Yes, it was. Was it work? Yes, it was work. Did I learn anything? I learned a lot. I learned to get cleaner, more strategic, still titles, clean up my language. I got my astrology flowing. There were so many things I learned. The last thing I want to say is that I don't know if I'll do another 30-day challenge. I'm glad I did it, but it is a lot of work. It takes commitment and sacrifice. But I will say that the new direction that my channel's going to head into is going to go to astrology. So I know that I'll be taking a hit with with my numbers, and I'm totally okay with it. At first, it was I was really working on getting it monetized, but now that I've seen a lot of ins and outs of what YouTube is about, it's real work, and you really have to have um, passion and dedication to film editing, all the things, right? And again, my purpose for doing YouTube is to get me out of my shell, to get me speaking again, and to start talking about astrology, and that's where I'm going to go. So if you're wanting to stay with me and hear more astrology, please subscribe to my channel. If you are subscribed and you're not interested in astrology at all, I totally understand if you unsubscribe, and I'm not going to get my feelings hurt, because now I can really concentrate and sharing my astrology content with y'all, or with whoever it is that's going to be here. Okay. Until next time, please like, subscribe, share the video. Have a blessed day. Bye.